So welcome everybody, my name is Paul. I'm a country realtor out here in the western part of Virginia near Lexington, and today I'm announcing to all my clients and people who follow me on YouTube that I'm going to be doing a commercial license test for managing a drone and flying a drone. So I'm going to add that service to all my clients. If you list with me, I'll be able to do some drone photography for you, and I'm going to also be able to do reviews of property. If you are a buyer and you'd like me to go out and take a look at a property, that's one of the things I can do. One of the great things about aerial photos, drones are very adept at doing some amazing shots these days, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the drone industry. It's growing and how that these drones operate, and there's some safety considerations and regulations. So it actually requires a little license to operate a drone commercially, and to pass the test you have to study quite a bit. Now what I have here today is the DJI Mini 3 Pro. It's a very lightweight and small drone, and without getting too technical here, there's the smaller the drone, the lighter it is, the safer it is actually in case it crashes on something or a person. And so there's certain rules about it, and this particular model is under a certain weight that puts it into what they call a class 1 drone. And there's you can also add a larger battery to this particular drone, and then you go into the commercial category of above 250 grams. Now this particular drone has amazing technology. You'll have to go on YouTube and kind of see some of the amazing things that this drone can do. But one of the things that they do is they have sensors in the front here, and also in the bottom, and also in the back. And what this does is it has obstacle avoidance. So you can set this drone up, and you can use this controller here and see directly what the drone is seeing from a distance. And you can go up to legally 400 feet above any ground level or any particular building. 400 feet above that is the limit of these small drones. Now you have to keep them in line of sight, and there's a bunch of other rules which I won't get into, but you have to kind of know your way around the airspace. And I also have a private pilot license from years ago, and I have a little airplane. I used to do aerial photography with a large plane, or a small plane rather. Now this drone has a lot of advantages because I can see what it's shooting. I can adjust the camera angles. I can put it in position of many different ways. I can make videos. I can make time-lapse photography. It takes a picture every few seconds and goes about a journey and waypoints. I can get it to follow me or an object. I can get it to circle an object, and also goes into a vertical mode, so you can see that the lens actually switches to vertical mode. You see, now right now it happens to be looking down at my paper here. I'm going to turn this off in a minute, but I want to show you the screen here after I show you a little bit how this thing folds up. It's amazing. This thing is so small. You have to be careful because it's just very lightweight. You fold it back like this. You fold it back like this, and you hold the button and turn it off. And then it shows that it's shutting down, and it flashes some lights and so on, and then it's done. And it goes to this nice little case here. And I'll show you a little bit of a preview here of this controller here. You can go on to the review of like the album of what you just shot, and I'll show you a few pictures here to show you just how significant aerial photos can be. And I can download these into a computer and adjust them and crop them, and I select and I take a good look at them and review them. But you can see, probably not very well you can see, but there's just a lot of really interesting shots that you just can't get with a normal camera. So anyone who's in the real estate business, they surely know by now that drones are heavily used in the industry. And besides just getting your standard shot around a house or something and showing the roof and so on, one of the things that you can do is you can do roof inspections. You can hover a drone over someone's house, and you can see very clearly, when you get the picture up on a large screen, you can just take a really good look at that roof. I'm going to show you here one that I did as a sample here. I got the very top roof of a little old house, and you can expand this on a large computer and you'll be able to see all the details of the roof and whatever is down below. Now, I couldn't find that little picture I wanted to show you, but there's a lot of uses that people have discovered for these drones. For example, when you have any kind of damage from a big storm, a blizzard comes through, you can get coordination with the municipality to fly over some terrain and see where all the houses are, where there might be some trees down or roads blocked or power lines down. So that's one really powerful aspect of using a drone. Another way is to do the close roof inspections, as I had mentioned, that you can go over and inch by inch, basically with a large scale monitor, you can see exactly what's going on with the roof. You can analyze construction projects. A lot of construction projects need to know progress reports from the air, and now they have technology with the 3D imaging and so on that they could actually calculate a pile of gravel and say, well, it's so many cubic feet. There is precise GPS software now that stitches a whole bunch of pictures together so they can make a 3D model of a construction site or a town. It's just phenomenal, the technology. And they have thermal imaging sensors now that can go over solar panels on a large area and map them thermally so that they can determine if any cells are missing or broken or not producing. And you can inspection of cell towers that are dangerous to climb up and odd places. You can throw a drone up there with the right permission, the right technology. You get the clearance and all that to do that, but you get your drone up close to these big towers and inspect them, whereas sending a human being up there would be extremely dangerous, you see. So there's many uses. There's also scenic areas of the country where there might be a town wants to promote itself, or you want to show off your town in a really beautiful way by having aerial video of different seasons and the highlights of your town. Chambers of commerce, people who want to just accent a certain home business or rather a commercial business. Maybe they just want to highlight their business and show it off and put it on a website. You can get a lot of those beautiful images because it not only does this drone doesn't just do video, it does I can do all kinds of manual and automatic direct just snapshots. And you can rotate this thing up and forth and back and forth, the camera. You can put filters on it to cast out some of the ultraviolet rays and so on. So the drone that I'm going to be using is this is one of the top ones right now. There are many drones and there are many good ones. This is getting a lot of attention right now because of its size, and it has some particular software, and this particular company is named DJI, and it will be updating the firmware on these things frequently so that it keeps in touch with the regulations that are going on regarding drones and managing the airspace and so on. And also this company has a very good record of producing a whole lot of really useful drones for commercial and private use. So what I'm going to do now is put this guy down here and talk a little bit more about the uses. I also wanted to mention agriculture. Agriculture use, you can fly over a field and count your cows. You can get up there high enough so the cows don't worry about it. You can oversee whether a tract of forest might have like hardwoods or softwoods. For example, in the wintertime when all the leaves come down, you can put a drone up over some hillside on a large piece of property and find out, hey, what's in there, kind of assess something. Maybe you're going to build there sometime. You want to fly a drone up there and kind of see what it's like up there. There's a whole lot of, again, tourism uses. Basically, there's a lot of different kinds of uses for a drone. You can only imagine things. People are finding aspects of the drone technology where you can have them programmed. You can walk by a drone, you can have it follow a car or some other vehicle. This particular drone, the one I have, has the sensors, the obstacle sensors, so it will actually, with some care and planning, it can go through like a forest, or it can go over and avoid a tree, and it can do all kinds of stuff. It can follow a person, or it can circle around a whole building or a point of interest, and so on. So there's a whole lot of really fun things I'll be doing with this drone. A little bit about my background. I used to be a photographer years ago, and I did aerial photography, and I also done stock and all kinds of different kinds of events and so on. So if you'd like me to just, until I get my license, I can't charge, but I will be getting my license soon. And besides, all my previous customers, I love to fly this drone, and there's certain things that I'll do just to experiment, and maybe I'll try something unusual. Maybe it's something I can donate to a town or an organization. I'll do a little drone work for them. But I add this to my customers because all my listing clientele will be getting this, and all my buying clientele will be getting me access to home tours, property tours, landscape tours, farm, property, land evaluation, and so on. So again, I appreciate you listening. Please contact me. I work for Lion's Team Realty in Moneta, Virginia. You can contact me through here on YouTube and so on. You can look me up online. I just am a realtor in the southwest part of Virginia, and I belong to the Roanoke, Virginia Board of Realtors. So again, I hope to see you in some of my other videos, and I hope to do some of these great jobs. And some of these places that scenic parts of town, I'll do a job for a town I want to be able to give back to the community somewhat. So there's towns like the one I live in, Buchanan. There's very scenic events here sometimes, and there's a beautiful river there, and a kayak and canoe place, and Appalachian trails nearby. So this particular town gets a lot of old cars and motorcycles and so on. So there's a whole lot of things you can do. It's just a camera in the sky, and it takes some a little bit of cleverness and studiousness to be able to fly these things and get the great pictures. So I have a background in photography, so that makes it even a better thing for me, because I did a lot of work with regular cameras in years past. So hope to see you in another video. Please like and share if you like the content.